channel. I'm Nisi. Harry Styles' brand new album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, is literally right around the corner, guys. Like, it is going to be out before we even freaking know it, and I still have so much catching up to do. I still feel like I hardly know this man, this fine man. I feel like I still hardly know him at all, and some of his biggest hits, I'm talking about his most popular songs, his most popular albums, I have still never even touched, which is absolutely crazy. So we're here to remedy a little bit of that today, just a little bit, by getting into, I think, like what is known as sort of his most popular album. I don't know which one was more popular between like Fine Line and Harry's House. I don't know, because to me, one of these has that damn sugar watermelon damn song on it that I still have no idea what song that is. Like, I'm sure I probably heard it because it's so popular, but listening to the title, I'm like, I don't feel like I've ever heard a song about watermelon in my life. Like, I just don't know what song that even could be. But then the other one literally beat Beyonce for album of the year. So I'm like, I really didn't know which was more popular. But I Googled it and they keep on saying Fine Line is his more popular one. So I'm like, okay. So I suppose we'll be getting into that today. I really know nothing about Fine Line or the sound of it, the topics of it, anything about what this album is about. Literally, the only title that even sounds familiar to me is Watermelon Sugar. So I'm very excited to get into this, you guys. I have absolutely no idea what to expect. Absolutely no idea, but I'm very excited. So I say, let's go ahead and jump in. If you guys end up liking me and liking this video by the end, I hope that you guys would consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking around, because we love to have you guys around. And obviously, Harry Styles' brand new album is literally right around the corner. So if you would like to see my reaction to that, again, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, so that you can actually be here and be notified when it happens. Welcome to Fine Line, reviewing the track list as we typically do. Like I said, the only one of these songs that I even recognize by name is Watermelon Sugar. Again, so intrigued, because how do you make a song about watermelon? It can't be about watermelon. It must be just a name. It's just a name. It's got to be a metaphor, because there's absolutely no way we're actually about to sit here and sing about watermelon. That's just how I feel. The rest of these, I do not recognize by name. But that doesn't mean I don't know them. They might come on and I'm like, oh, actually, I do know this song. I have no idea. I have no expectations, guys, because last time Harry Styles literally shocked me. Like, that man has so much soul in his music. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting to have the soul. I was expecting very much boy band. I was expecting very much she walked in and I thought, like, you know, something like that. And that was not the case. It was not the case. So I really don't know what to expect at all. Today he was doing gospel, he was doing soul, he was doing all this stuff. He was doing rock. It was just a lot. It was a lot. But this is one of his most popular albums, so I'm very excited to see where we go. All right, guys, let's jump into the first track, which is called Golden. Let's do this. I also really like his sound, like sonically, like the amounts of different sounds. His voice, hello. He's a man. Where's about me in that song? Gotta be golden. Oh, I'm done hiding, now I'm shining. Sorry, but it reminds me of that. You're so golden. I mean, hello. I don't wanna be alone, but I can feel it take control. I can feel you take control. There's so many different elements. Ooh. I love the texture in his voice right now. You know what? This low-key reminds me of Aperture. Aperture, that's how you say it, right? Low-key, something about, because it feels like it's a song about stepping into new love and kind of being like a little scared of it because you've been burned so many times, because you're broken and like you feel like maybe something's wrong with you and you've just been heartbroken so many times, but you're stepping into something new and kind of just like, just being scared to go into it, but trying to embrace it, I suppose. Like, it kind of does feel like that. It definitely seems like he's saying, I'm in like a really dark place. I am dark, like literally dark. I'm like in a really dark place right now. And something about you is just like so light. You're so vibrant. Maybe you're so like full of life. And maybe he doesn't even feel like he's worthy of that. Love's the antidote. It reminds me of another song too that he had on his debut album too. I'm saying golden in the back with like an effect on his voice. Hey. there too. It reminds me of Aperture so much, and just like kind of just like embracing the fact that love is scary and hearts get broken and things, but like you have to take a chance on it because what else? Because what else is there to do? So like it's a really good like album opener anytime a project starts with a song like this, because it just gives you so many avenues to go into. You kind of just like paint a broad story. You kind of start at the beginning. I don't know if this is going to be a chronological story, but if it is, you can kind of start with like how the relationship started, the reservations that you had when it started, and then you can kind of like pick up from there. Also, Golden, I think too, is to symbolize just like love in general, like love, especially when it first starts out, that very euphoric, that very optimistic type of feeling that you have when it first starts. I love how this song sounds like so freeing, so optimistic, like instrumentally. It was just such a vibrant type of song. This was a good song. This is a very good opener, very fun, very chill, you know? Nothing too complicated, nothing too crazy. Just a vibe. It literally just felt like such a vibe. Let's see where we go from here, guys. Like I said, songs like that are always such a good opener. But the next song is Watermelon Sugar. I need to know. I need to know what it's about. And I also am like really interested in whether or not I've heard this before. I'm very interested in hearing the sound. Okay. Let's do this, you guys. Watermelon Sugar.
Tastes like strawberries.
Jeez.
On a summer evening.
Okay, fruit.
Breathe me in.
Ooh.
Breathe me out.
Sing.
I don't know if I could ever go without watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar high.
I feel like I've never heard this.
Watermelon sugar, strawberries.
Hey!
On a summer evening.
Guys, I swear to you, I've never heard this in my life. What the heck? Guys, wasn't this song so big? Like, I just feel like I've heard the name everywhere. But I swear to you, maybe like later on it'll start to feel more familiar. But in this moment right now, I'm listening to this and I'm like, I've never heard this in my life. But I do love like how he was kind of like talking about the beach and he's talking about kind of like fruit, and it just sounds very, very summer vibes. And something about that guitar, it's just like very symbolic of like the beach and summer for some reason. Like I think when I imagine like a beach, I always think of this particular guitar sound. This is very interesting.
I don't know if I could ever go without watermelon sugar high.
Hey!
Watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar high.
Ah.
I just wanna taste it. I just wanna taste it. Watermelon sugar high. And it sounds just like a song.
Oh.
I want your belly and that summer feeling. I don't know if I could ever go without watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar high.
How about you sing? How about you sing star in the background? I want you to understand my perspective listening to this, because Spotify was showing me like on the side, I guess like a snippet from a music video or some sort of visual having to do with this song, and I just saw Harry Styles bite into a watermelon. I did. As he was singing about how he couldn't get enough and it tastes like strawberries, and he just and he was biting into a watermelon. And I feel like I didn't need to see that. Anyways, do I need to explain this song? Do I need to explain it? It just kind of seems very much like, you know what? I love the sound of it. Let's talk about the sound. I love the sound of it. Like I said, something about those guitars sounded just like summer. It sounded just like the beat. So I love the imagery of this song. This album, mind you, the first album that we listened to literally started with him talking about some meet me in the hallway. Very sad song. Very sad song. And then it was like Sign of the Times and he took us to church, and it sounds like he was on drugs. Like I just want that to be known. He always sounds like he's on drugs. Like in comparison, this album sounds so freaking bright. Now I know the lyrics to the first song, you could argue, not very bright. He was quite literally saying that he's not in a bright place, okay? However, sonically speaking, this is very freeing. This is very summer vibes. He had to release this during the summer. Tell me he did. It's a very sensory type of song, you know? Like you can't, like this person, you're so infatuated that they've got all your senses peaked, you know? That's enough. That's enough to be said on that song. It's a fun song. I swear to you, I've never heard this in my life. That was very much a vibe. Very much vibe. I expect this at some point to go downhill. I expect this at some point to be talking about drugs. I expect at one point for us to fall into depression. We have not yet done that. We have not yet done that. But this kind of is telling like sort of a story at this point. I don't know. Let's see where we go. Because the next song is Adore You. Wait, let me put like this. Next song is called Adore You. Let's do this. You're adoring the watermelon for sure. Oh! Strawberry? Strawberry lipstick state of mind. Taylor? Woo! Now, how have I heard this song? How have I heard? Riddle me this. Riddle me how the only song I thought that I knew was Watermelon Sugar. And the very next song, this one I've heard a million times. Come on, shake me. The song has soul to it. Come on. I love this part right here. Oh. This guitar. Been eating the whole time. Ooh.
Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. Just let me adore you. It's the only thing I'll ever do.
I like that. I like that. There's a very cohesive sound that's going on right now. Very cohesive sound, which I find really interesting because his first project, I feel like the sounds were so all over the place, like literally doing so much, not in a bad way at all. I kind of liked how it was giving so much, like it was giving like gospel sounds, it was giving like rock sounds, it was giving like just slow singer-songwriter sounds, it was giving soulful sounds, like it was actually giving so much. This one feels like a lot more focused. There is definitely like a certain sound that is going on here. Even like the guitars are like very consistent, something about them. But yeah, these all just feel very much, they're all so much like a vibe. And there's sort of like this optimistic sort of feel. This one is darker. This one's darker than the first two for sure. Like sonically, it's a bit darker, which I find interesting. Maybe it's just because it's a bit more romantic. It's a bit more like intense when it comes to like loving someone. It's a little bit more focused on like the intensity of it. Because, you know, the first song is Golden, and it kind of seems like they're just getting into something, like they're just starting something, so it's not super intense yet. The second song is not really taking itself too seriously. It's very much, oh, we just love the vibe. We love to like do certain things. Like it's very kind of like surface. This one is a little bit more intense, and they're talking about your actual dedication and devotion for someone. I cannot believe I know this song. I really, really like the chorus. I really, really like the vibe of the chorus of the song. I will say, I think maybe because we're getting into like a little bit more intensity, the songwriting has been like really good in terms of like writing something that's really catchy, but like the lyricism that like I witnessed, I feel like on the first project, I haven't really experienced yet. Like as far as the storytelling, you know, like a little bit more of the complex type of storytelling, I have not experienced yet. But like I said, maybe we're gonna get there as it maybe gets a little bit more intense. I don't know where this is going at all. The next song is called Lights Up. Golden, Lights Up. Let's do this. See, like, what is this kind of like it already sounds very bright, you know? Oh! Ooh, that's really interesting. Ooh! What is going on? that bass. Woo! Wow. This is my favorite so far. What the heck? Ooh, my God. Wow. Love that. Love that. This is my favorite. First of all, sonically, this song is doing something that feels a little bit more familiar to the first project that he did that we listened to, where like it constantly was so unexpected. Like as the song went on, it just constantly did so many different things, and it was always switching sound and always switching, like, I don't know, pace and direction constantly all the time, which I feel like is what his first project was really, really doing, that I haven't felt as much from the first few songs. This one is doing that. And all the different sounds that like it goes through, like the little like times when the beat comes in and they take it out, and like the bass that's going on in the backgrounds, and like the little twinkles here and there, the vocal deliveries, the layering, like all of it, so good. I feel like this one feels like the deepest one to me, obviously. Like this one is talking about self-perception. It's not even talking about love. It's talking about like your self-perception, your self-image. All the lights couldn't put out the dark. That's just so interesting to say after Golden, and saying that like you hope that this person or just like love in general can put you in a brighter place. And yet he's saying here all the lights couldn't put out the dark. So that's really interesting. Which obviously, you know, this is something that we talk about all the time, where it's like love is great and love is amazing. But if you like really dislike yourself, if you really don't love yourself, or you're really not self-content, a relationship coming around is probably going to put you in a better place. It's probably going to make you feel a lot happier, but there's still an issue that's not being solved. It's just being distracted. Lights up, and they know who you are. Kind of makes it seem like talking about public persona, like as a celebrity, like lights are up and they know who you are. Like they see you underneath the bright lights. But it's really interesting because like, do they actually know who you are, or do we know your persona? But also in the same way, like maybe sometimes there are things that your fans seeing you and recognizing you that maybe you yourself don't even see, because sometimes you can be so in the dark and so clouded by like self-hate and stuff like that, that it takes other people who admire you to see things about you that you don't recognize or take time to appreciate, right? I'm never going back. Step into the light. So it kind of seems like stepping into who you are, learning about who you are. I'm never going back to, maybe like I'm never going back to being in such a dark place, maybe trying to step into something new. I love the sound of it. I love the lyrics. I love the concept. I love what he's talking about. I really, really like this song. The sound, so good. Not over it. Not over it. This is actually so good. I live for that. And I just kind of really like how it ties into Golden really well. Like what Golden was literally talking about. And then this, I just think it's really interesting to be a part of the same story. I really like that, actually. The next song, you guys, is called Cherry. That's a little scary. First of all, many fruits. Many fruits are being shouted out. Many fruits are being talked about. And that's why this song's scary. Because, like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And Harry's a freak. Like, you know what I mean. So, let's do Cherry. Okay, this sounds like a commercial. This literally sounds like a commercial. Some sort of prescription is being advertised. He's on drugs again.
Don't you call him what you used to call me?
Oh, okay. We're getting into our sad shit now. Turn the page.
You're at your best.
And that should be good.
So I'm hating it.
But it's not. Exactly. We've all been here.
Don't you call him baby?
It's like anger building up in the back, or like resentment. Why does this song sound so delicate? And he's like, don't you dare move on. Don't you dare be happy. That's so crazy, actually.
Did you know I still talk to them?
Still talk to her friends.
You'll Does he take you walking around his parents' gallery? Don't you call him baby?
This is crazy. Ooh. This song's not about what I thought it'd be about. Like, at all. This song's scary. Uh-huh.
Tu dors?
You speaking in French?
Désolée. Ben non.
Alright. What the heck did that mean? What the heck? That song is scary. First of all, like I said, not at all what I thought it'd be about. I did think that we were going to other levels. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's my own mind. What does this say about me? A lot. Let's not talk about that. Listen, this song is a little bit unhinged. First of all, let's talk about what is real about this song. People need to start talking about this more. I confess, I can tell that you're at your best. I'm selfish, so I'm hating it. This whole thing about if you love someone, you want to see them happy. Like, let's be real though. Let's be real. I agree. Obviously, if I love someone, why would I not want to see them happy? You know, like anyone in my life that I love, I must want to see them happy. That's literally how love works, right? Correct. However, I think that Olivia Rodrigo says it best. My girl, my biche, okay? I want to see you happy, just not as happy as you were with me. How do I love you and yet I'm happy seeing you with someone else? Spell it out for me. Spell it out for me. I'm obviously not being serious, guys. I'm obviously not being serious, but I do think that this is something that should be discussed more because people are indeed lying to themselves, okay? Anyways, this is great. Okay, what was I actually going to say about this? What I'm actually going to say about this song is it's very unhinged in the sense that it sounds very commercial. It sounds very and it's like on the surface, it sounds like fun. It sounds a little bit like a jingle. It sounds very like classy. It sounds very put together. It sounds very delicate on the top. And then underneath, there's stuff happening. There's like an electric guitar in the back. There's like this bass that's going on. There are very strange sounds that's going on. In the end, there's a strange woman speaking French. There is like a lot of stuff boiling underneath. And that's giving resentment. It's giving anger. It's giving jealousy. It's giving like stuff is building up underneath. But on top, we are giving a little bit of a calm demeanor. This is not really my type of sound. Like, this is probably not a song that I would turn on. This is probably a song that I would probably skip if I listened to this album. Cause like the way that it sounds, it's just like not fully my tea, not fully my vibe. But I do think that it's smart sonically. You know what I mean? I do like what it does. It's just not for me. If that makes sense, okay? The next song we're going to be getting into is called Falling. We're really taking a turn in the story. And I'm hoping that this song kind of brings it to a head. There's something interesting that's happening in the storyline. We will dissect that after this song. Yeah, we're completely depressed. Yes. When did we go wrong? And I'm sitting here wondering. I'm like, what song did the tide change?
I can't unpack the baggage left.
I love a ballad.
What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around?
That's a good question.
I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. You said you care.
Okay, I definitely like falling. I feel like is definitely like a word that's often used for like falling in love, falling into something, which this could have easily been, but this being like falling as in like going into a really bad place. What if I'm someone I don't even want around? What if I don't even want to be around myself? What if I don't even like myself at this state? It's like a lot. And he said, and all I have to blame is the drink in my wandering hands. Are we cheating? Did we cheat? It could mean like anything. Like wandering could kind of mean anything. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're like wandering to someone else. It can mean that you're wandering to things that just aren't good in general.
And I'm well aware I write too many songs about you.
It's what you're supposed to do.
And I get the feeling that you'll never need me again.
Woo! Whoa!
What if you're someone I just want around?
Yeah.
I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling.
Come on. I love a ballad, especially from someone who can actually sing. You know, can like really, really sing. This very much just feels like a song about when you are no longer with someone and it's obviously very, very sad. And you are mourning like the loss of this person and the loss of like being in a relation, like no longer being in a relationship, but also mourning like yourself, like who you were when you were with that person. Because, you know, when we lose someone, it's also kind of like losing a version of ourselves. We always have like a soul that we remain like consistent with. We have a state of being that we are consistently. But when you meet people, they bring different things out of you. And so like when a person is no longer in your life, you are low-key losing a certain part of yourself. You're losing one of your forms when you no longer have a person. And so the question of like, what am I now is really interesting. And whatever it is that I am, what if it's someone that I don't want around? What if I don't like myself? And it kind of does feel like too, falling into bad things, falling into darkness, which is sad after like that other song where it kind of sounded like he was transitioning out of it. What if I'm someone you won't talk about? And that's the other sad thing about a breakup, is like thinking, you know, I guess there is some sort of comfort like before the person has moved on, and you know they're probably mourning you too, and you know they're probably sad about you too, and they miss you too. It's like grieving all over again when they've moved on, or when you realize that they got into a point where they literally don't talk about you or think about you anymore. That is like a whole nother part of pain, when you feel like that person is not as sad as you are anymore. That is a whole nother aspect of pain. Crazy. Yeah, guys, we are definitely a different story. It's like Golden was very happy, very optimistic. Watermelon Sugar, they was really up in the happiness, the go-lucky of it all. Adore You, you know, we were still in a good place. Lights Up, it was a transitional type song, so you could say it was definitely darker, but you could say it was still leaning more so towards positive. Then we hit Cherry, and then we hit Falling. And the next song is literally called To Be So Lonely. This is kind of crazy. But I do tend to actually like albums that actually tell like a consistent story. The next song is called To Be Lonely. This is a ukulele?
Don't blame me.
Well, I like how I kept that going in the back.
I'm just an arrogant son of a bitch who can't admit when he's sorry.
Well,
Don't call me baby again.
many men.
Be so lonely.
Ooh, strings! Strings! This sounds so like island vibes. I think it's this damn ukulele.
You think it's easy being of the jealous kind? 'Cause I miss the shape.
It's not.
Know you mean it. Don't call me baby again.
Can't be doing that.
It's hard for me to go home. To be so lonely. To be so lonely.
The string! Hey. Play it!
Don't call me baby again. It's hard for me to go home.
You know what? I agree. I agree.
To be so,
Ooh.
to be so lonely.
Woo! You know, I wasn't sure how I felt about the sound of the song at first. Like, it just wasn't really pulling me in. But towards the end, it's probably the string. It's probably the freaking string, along with this damn ukulele and everything else that was happening. really, really started blending together in a way that I really, really liked. I lived for that. I really do like the sound of that towards the end. It was really good. I wasn't 100% sure what the song was talking about because it's like it's interesting. But it sounds like what he's maybe saying is that they've so he's going through this breakup, obviously, and it sounds like maybe she wants to be friends, but he is kind of saying he doesn't want to be. I don't know, maybe he's saying don't call me baby again. So maybe she's trying to be friendly. Maybe she's still being a little bit flirtatious. I don't know. But maybe she's trying to maintain some sort of connection, and he's just I can't. I can't do that because it's hard for me to be all up in your face and potentially be friends, or hearing you say just nice things to me, and then I still have to go home and be so lonely and be by myself. And he's saying you got your reasons. So it sounds like maybe he's saying don't be trying to be all friendly with me and being all bubbly and stuff like that, because you had your reasons. You got your reasons. Stick to those and get out of my face. And you know what? I agree. I don't even know for a fact that that's what he's talking about. This is just the impression that I'm getting. And if true, I agree. And I actually don't hear many songs talking about this, dealing with the situation of the person being oh, hi, let's be friends, let's go. You're just we can't be doing all that. It's still not one of my favorites on here, but I do like the concept, because I said, I just feel it's not talked about that much. So I do like the concept of this song. Let's move on to the next song, which is called She. And who would she be? I would like to know. Bombastic is what I thought of. It's the first word that came to my head for the song.
The man drops his kids off at school.
It's so smooth!
He's thinking of you.
Hey. Ooh, I love the sound of it!
She lives in daydreams with me.
Oh!
I don't know who she is.
You don't know who she is. Who is this woman that's got freaking men fawning after her while taking their kids to school? Who is she?
She lives in daydreams with me.
Yes.
She's the first one that I see, and I don't know why. I don't know where she is.
You don't know where she is either now. What you know about her?
She sleeps in his bed while he plays pretend. I don't know why. I don't know where she is.
It's a 6-minute song. It's like a bomb was about to go off. I love this song sonically. It is so smooth. It is so soulful. I freaking love this song. I freaking love the sound of the song. Now, lyrically, the song is very interesting because it does this weird thing that certain artists, that I get sometimes when I'm listening to certain artists. Taylor Swift is the main one that I can think about. Where usually in the bridge, I can tell that they're trying to tell me that the song is deeper than I think it is. But it's interesting because he's talking about himself, but also something he's talking about another man, right? She lives in daydreams with me. So it's he's talking about himself, but he's talking about this other man. And this other man is not him, because does Harry have kids? Maybe he does have kids and I don't know. But I don't think that Harry is this sounds like a corporate job. I don't think that Harry's over here calling his assistant for coffee in the afternoon. Then he says he takes a boat out, imagines just sailing away and not telling his mates. He wouldn't know what to say. He's not talking about himself in the third person, because that person, the first person, is not him. And look, he sounds like he's talking about a universal man thing, all of us men. So maybe he's talking about just the way that men yearn in general. Maybe he's talking about men who yearn, you know, like he's saying that, like, and he's using himself and other men to talk about like how men yearn for romantic partners, for women, you know, a woman who's just in his head. I don't know where she is, lives for the memory. A woman who's just in his head. There's either two things going on here. Either one, we're talking about an experience with Harry and maybe another man that he knows that he relates to, or the universal man, I don't know. Some other man in which he relates to, that have fantasies about women, maybe because they're so lonely, maybe because they're so tired. You know, he does talk about it's 9 a.m, he drops his kids off at school, he this, he that. Like, it very much gives like a very mundane life. Maybe he's saying we fantasize about women to break up the monotony. Maybe he's saying that. Or he's talking about a woman who lives inside of you, you know? Because wasn't he doing the thing where he wears dresses and stuff? He's kind of like he likes playing around like that. He likes wearing like dresses and like, I don't know what his sexuality is, to be honest. I have no idea. I have no clue, but he likes playing around a little bit with the idea of like femininity, masculinity, all the stuff like that. Let me know down in the comments below, you guys, because I could be so off. I could literally only make this conclusion because I've seen him talk about like playing around with the ideas of masculine and feminine, because I've seen him wear dresses. If I had not seen those things, I would not be thinking this. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know down in the comment section. I would love to be enlightened, because I could be so wrong, and if I am, that's a wild thing for me to jump to. That is a wild conclusion for me to jump to. But hey, and he can't tell his friends because he wouldn't know what to say. You see what I mean? But I really like that. I'll put a like next to that song. We're moving on to the next song called Sunflower Volume 6. Where's the other volumes? Was there a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5? So where are they? It's just a title. It's probably just a title. I don't know.
Sunflower.
Someone's doing crazy freaking sounds. What are you talking about?
Inside, wish I could get to know you.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Trying hard not to talk to you.
Ooh.
I couldn't want you anymore. Kiss in the kitchen like it's a dance floor. Your face hung up high in the gallery.
Very old school, very grunge. This is grunge. Yes.
Your flaws just died.
This one has very much that vibe of like where he does a bunch of unexpected things, like instrumentally. Like, I have no idea where it's gonna go. It keeps on coming in and coming out, and the beat comes out, and you know, the rug gets pulled from underneath you. This one definitely has that vibe. We're dancing around the kitchen, the refrigerator lights. That's none of my business. Get to know. This was a vibe. Just well, back to like the bright kind of summery sounds, you know. You must be in love. It's the start of something new. Nurse, he's escaped again. Nurse, get the nurse. He's just be doing anything. What do you mean? Woo, do. What are you talking about? Listen, it kind of made it seem like the start of like a new relationship, or some sort of relationship that he's like very happy in, because the song obviously sounds a lot more optimistic. Like I said, sounds a lot more summery. We're back to kind of like the earlier like sound. So, and earlier we were talking about more so being like in love. So this obviously makes sense sonically, right? and it just sounds like a lot brighter. Kind of sounds like very fun. And then obviously like at the end, it's very like woo woo do 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 do. Like it definitely sounds like very just fun, kind of goofy. Wish I could get to know you. He said your sunflowers just died, plant new seeds, and the melody, which I really like that line. But I guess kind of maybe saying like she is stepping into something new. She's like transitioning to something new. Like maybe this relationship could take her somewhere else or help her like explore new sides of her maybe, and probably do like the same thing for him. You know, they're both kind of stepping into something very new. Aperture, it's giving that again. That song was a vibe. It didn't like really stand out to me out of songs on this project. It does a little bit for like the craziness at the end. the delusions at the end. Yes. But it was fun. It was a vibe. The next song is called Canyon Moon. I don't know what that means. Let's do this. Whoa, this is really bright. Are we in a better place?
So I keep thinking back to a time under the canyon moon.
Dude, this is so bright.
Time under the canyon moon.
The canyon moon. The whistles too. Guys, this is the commercial. Sing. Hey.
No lover sipping music, pretends not to know the words, and I keep thinking back to the time under the canyon moon.
You should. Oh, it's such a bright sounding album. That also does make sense though. We look at the album cover, something about it is just very like whimsical, very whimsical. So this actually does make sense. So it definitely does seem like he's like really like missing something. I'm just gonna imagine like a relationship, but it could be like anything. It could be, I guess, like missing like any phase of your life, anything from your life. But like, I keep thinking back to a time under the canyon moon. So like something that he left. So maybe he was saying like, he said that's what I always do. So maybe he's saying, you know, I always mess things up. Or I'm always self-sabotaging. I'm always walking away from something. But like, I heard Jenny saying, go get the kids from school. And I keep thinking back to a time under canyon moon. Like whatever like is going on in his life, like all these things that he's going through, his mind just keeps on going back to that. And it's a very happy memory. It's a memory that he cherishes a lot. And so it's like, but the song doesn't really sound sad. Like it doesn't really sound like, I keep thinking about to canyon. Like it's not really like sad or even like really like, I don't know. It just doesn't sound too devastated. It kind of sounds, it sounds very happy. Like the song literally had whistles in it. And I was thinking like maybe he even like accepted the fact that it's over and like this is just like a happy memory that he comes back to. But then he keeps on saying, I'm going home. Like it makes it seem like he's going to go get back this thing that was lost. So if it's a relationship, for example, like it makes it seem like I'm going to go back to this relationship. Maybe it's true. Maybe he's going to go back to the relationship. I don't know. But this is also like interesting. This line about how she plays songs I've never heard in old lovers hippie music, pretends not to know the words. So it kind of sounds like he's saying like maybe he's tried to move on also, but like these relationships, they don't really go anywhere. Like she's longing for something and so is he. Like he's missing this old thing and maybe she's also missing this old thing because she's with this new guy and yet is playing songs that her old lover introduced to her. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, but that's kind of what it sounds like to me. It definitely at the end of the day just seems like missing someone or some sort of phase in your life, and the sound of it is just really interesting, the way that it's like very light and bright. Maybe it's light and bright because he says I'm going home, so I ain't gonna miss it for very long because I'm going back to it. I have no idea, no clue. But that song was interesting. It's not my sounds because, like I said, it's doing this like jingle commercial type sound. That's not exactly what the sound is, but that's what it's reminding me of. The whistles, that's what it's reminding me of. So it's not really my type of sound or my type of vibe, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the sentiment of the song. The next song is called Treat People with Kindness. I absolutely appreciate the sentiment of this song, and we need to be singing about it more. Maybe we can. Oh, this is Do It to the World. Do It to the World. Find a place to feel good. Whoa.
Got a good feeling.
Hey.
I'm just taking it all and sing a song for us. And we'll giving second chances. I don't
Second
need
chances.
all the answers. Feeling good in my skin.
Period. Taking us to church again. Are you seeing Jesus? I am.
And it's just another day.
Ooh, spring.
Friends all pass away.
Whoa. Hey. Automatic all the time. You have no patience. This is true. This is true. Will we ever get to this place? Well, we can in our small communities, and a small group of people. You all can find a place to feel good. The world at large, I fear that is a centuries long battle fight. I'm afraid to say that, but I think it's true. But we, in our lives, in our communities, with the people close to us, we can treat people with kindness. And now that we live in a world where we all literally know each other and live in our homes, each other's homes every day, because we have social media, and you're watching me in your home at this moment. We can also be nice to each other through screens. We can also reach out to each other and be kind to each other through our screens. Someone's doing yard work outside. If you hear it, ignore that. But yeah, we should all treat each other well. We should all treat each other fine and dandy and good. The song has me weak. It sounds like very, very bright, obviously, and there's like a lot of people singing at once, which gives like a very much choir feel. I literally was just envisioning, like, for a music video, you could be like in church singing this with the choir. It's just not the type of song that I'm gonna listen to probably, but I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate anytime we are spreading goodness and kindness. I agree, I appreciate. All right, guys, the last final song that we have on here is actually the title track of the project. It is called Fine Line. It is 6 minutes long. I'm excited to see what Fine Line is about. I am interested. Like, fine line, kind of like, oh, there's like a thin line between this and that. There's a fine line between this and that. So we'll see what that's about. He's doing his crazy shit. The ukulele back.
I don't want to fight you, and I don't want to sleep in the dirt.
I don't want to fight you, and I don't want to sleep in the dirt.
We'll be a fine line. We'll be a fine line. We'll be a fine line.
I love how like gentle this guitar is.
There's things that we'll never know.
His voice is really nice on this song.
Spreading you up
Uh-huh.
and waiting on you.
like the sound of this. This is so like soothing. So like reflective. Bring the strain in too. Oh, you knew what to do. You knew how to get me. You knew it. And the horn too. Oh, I love that. Turn it up. Yes. Dude, take us to church. That's crazy. That deserved every second it got. Every second. It's a 6-minute song. And it deserved every second it got. Do you hear me? Do you understand? Do you get the concept? You don't. That got admitted. I love the sound of this freaking song. Even when it was just on piano. Yeah, I meant guitar. I meant guitar. Even when it was doing its guitar thing in the beginning. I really, really liked the sound of it. I loved how gentle like the guitar was. And then even when it started doing like all the stuff later, it just really, really took it up a gear for me. It took it up a notch. As you're saying, we'll be all right. Something about that just felt so inspirational. Something about it just felt like, yes, I will. I will be all right. To be honest, like that to me is what gives me more like inspiration or motivation than like a song like the last song. Like the last song. Love the sentiment, but like for me to like inspire me to like, for me to feel change at the end of a song, it's something like this. It's something like this. The way that this sounds, the way that this builds, the way that this feels, it feels so mature though, but also reflective and all that. Like this is the type of song that like motivates me to go change my life, you know? I really, really like that. The song kind of feels like it's definitely exploring kind of like nuances and like intimacy, you know, because like fine line, that's the whole point of it. It's like there's a fine line between love and hate. There's a fine line between this and that. It's like balancing two different, often like conflicting things together. You've got my devotion, but man, I hate you sometimes. See, like fine line between love and hate. We'll get the drinks in, so I'll get to thinking of her. Which kind of reminds me of that other song where he was saying like, you know, she's like listening to old songs from like that she got from an old lover, and I'm thinking of Canyon Moon, you know? Was it called Canyon Moon? Like, you know? And it's kind of like that where it's like you're starting something new, but you're also thinking about an old thing. So I wonder if that's what he's saying here. Like, we'll get the drinks in. Like, we'll be starting new things, having new love, but I'll also be thinking of her. Like a fine line. It's like a lot of like conflicting things. Spreading you open is the only way of knowing you. It's kind of crazy. It kind of sounds like, yeah, like just talking about kind of like life in general and love in general. That really brought it home for me when he was saying at the end, like, we'll be all right, we'll be all right, we'll be all right. It kind of sounds like he's talking about like love in general, people in general. There's a lot of nuances to things, and you can have a lot of complex feelings and a lot of complex emotions about a lot of different things, and those things still be true for you. We will be a fine line. Like, we'll walk the line between this and that, but we're walking it, you know? It's very like life, just like big picture, aspirational, which I really like. I really, really like the song. I really like the concept. I like the lyrics. I like the instrumentation. Love the instrumentation. Let me clarify. I love this instrumentation. This eight. And I really, really liked it as like a closer. Because it was like doing the thing at the end where it's like doom. Like it like does that thing like at the end of a song. You know, where like the drums start really going ham and then they're like doom. You know, it was kind of like having that vibe, so I kind of like that as like an ending, and it had like a really, really long, like outlet of the song. Like the song went on for a really long time, which I kind of like how albums end like that sometimes, when it has like a really long outro. you know? It kind of just like leaves you with like a good little like feeling. And I feel like this song really like left you with like a good fuzzy feeling. And what a better way to leave your audience than to say we'll be all right. Because sometimes it feels like you won't be, and leaving your audience off with it'll be okay. Like, we'll be all right. We're good. We got it. You know? Live for that. Well, you guys, we have officially reached the end of Fine Line. What an interesting project, as I expected. I didn't have a lot of things I expected, but I did expect interesting and confusion. I did indeed expect that. This man, great voice. It's always like one of my first things I want to say. Great voice, and I do love like his sonic sound. This one is very different from the last one, like I said, because the last one I feel like it went through so many like ups and downs, ebbs and flows. This one is a bit more consistent in sound. It still does switch up a lot. There are still some songs on here that I'm like, ooh, this is very, very different. I was not expecting this sound, but not as much as the first project, which I find interesting. It was his first project, so he's probably like, I need to try a bunch of stuff. This one feels like a bit more focused. It's very like beachy, optimistic type of vibe on a lot of these, but then we do absolutely get depressed. We do absolutely lose our minds and souls. That does happen. A lot of these are very groovy. There's a very old school sound about it, which I do think is interesting about Harry. I think he definitely does like his research on like old school music, old school sounds, and I think that he really gets a lot of inspiration from that. I'm continuously impressed by like how smart he is like instrumentally. Like he's always trying to sort of have the instrumentation match what's going on in the song. Like I think a good example of that probably is the one where it was like sounded like a prescription commercial, but then underneath it was doing a lot of crazy shit. Whatever song that was, that to me is like a good example of just like having like the instrumentation match what's going on like in the song lyrically, or like the concept of the song. I think that that's really cool. I will say, I think that there were a decent bit of these songs that I did not fully connect with, because it just felt like there was something missing for me in terms of like lyrically or storytelling wise. Like the lyrics in here were still good, especially on like particular songs. Like the storytelling was still there. I think that She is like really interesting. Like I need to cook on that. To Be So Lonely is a song where he's talking about how like, you know, she kind of still wants to be like friendly afterwards and stuff, and like he can't do that because he just goes home to be so lonely. That one to me is like also interesting lyrically. There was some of these that I felt like I wanted to go a little bit deeper, or I wanted to feel a little bit more lyrically interesting. Like I knew what he meant, and what he meant to me like made sense and it was obvious, but I wish that he could have like taking it a step further to just make it a little bit more interesting, make like the story a little bit more gripping. You know, I feel like there are times when he could go a little deeper, or he could give more of an interesting insight than he is. Like some of these, I feel like he's kind of staying like a little too surface level. And it might be because he doesn't want to talk about certain things. It might be that he's protecting certain information. It might be because he's a public figure, and like the second that you start being too specific on stuff, people start tying you to this person, and could he be talking about this person? It could be all of that, but like sometimes I just wish that like give me a little bit more, you know? If you're making a song like Falling, where you're talking about how you're kind of going into a dark place, what does that dark place look like, you know? What is it? It's also your right to like protect certain things and feel like some things are too dark and personal to talk about. But I'm just like spoiled by other artists who do give me that sort of information. So sometimes I'm kind of like, tell me, what are you falling into? What's going on? But guys, this was still like a very fun project. It was so like groovy and fun, and a lot of these, like I just dance. I kiss all the time. Well, I kiss never, because we're looking for a man. Anyways, we kiss never, but I just go all the time. I just go all the time and kiss occasionally. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about this project down below. I'll tell you guys what my favorites were. My favorites were Watermelon Sugar, Adore You, Lights Up, She, and Fine Line. Those were my favorites of the Faith. I need to cook on She. I want to cook on it so bad. You guys let me know down below. Answer any of the questions that I had. I would love to see your answers. I would love to have more context. What's your ranking? Aren't there like 3 projects of his? There are 3. There are 3. Do you like this better than his first one? Do you like Harry's house better than this one? I hear that this was his most popular. But let me know which ones are your favorites, you guys. And thank you so much for being here with me to watch this with me. Like I said, if you ended up liking this reaction, liking this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and hit that notification button so that you guys can be notified when I release more videos and when we release Harry Styles' brand new album reaction. I am very, very excited for that. Kiss all the time, disco occasionally. Think about the title, it's just so crazy to me. I love it though. I really kind of am so intrigued by it. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.